Yeah. Oh. Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggity. Wow, getting caught off guard with this one. They went right into it instead of teasing us around here. But the third match between Hwasin and Luxury. Luxury falling in that first match, putting down about 9 sunken colonies, which a lot of sunken colonies. Looks like we've got Hwasin starting at the bottom left-hand corner as the teal Terran, bottom right-hand corner. It looks like we have Luxury as the dark green Zerg, so I think they're going to switch it up to yellow-red here in a second. Yeah, we got yellow bottom, well, tan kind of bottom left-hand corner, bottom, yeah, left. Bottom right we have Luxury in red. This is on Neo Harmony, I believe. But yeah, that last match, really, really rough on Luxury. Let's see if that shook him a little bit. Hwasin playing it perfectly, having everything to counter right as it was coming out. On this map, I feel like Luxury's had a little bit more success. It's dead even, about 50-50, Zerg versus Terran. And really, yeah, that last match, Hwasin showing exactly what he's capable of. Luxury playing a little bit lackluster. Maybe if he persisted with that Mutalisk attack a little bit more. Having trouble talking because it's about 3:30 a.m. my time. But persisted with that Mutalisk attack a little bit more, he would have had a little more success taking that 6 instead of the hidden expansion, talking a little bit in between. Again, on that IRC channel, if you go to sc2gg.com and go into IRC, we all hang out and talk StarCraft all the time, essentially, and I mean that. We talk StarCraft basically all day. And we'll see what Hwasin does on this map. This map, you usually want to go Medic Marine. I feel like that secondary is somewhat exposed to Zerg players, and I feel like, yeah, Zerg have a pretty solid shot on this, simply because map control not very easy for Terran, and when map control is difficult for Terran and there's lots of expansions out around the map, Zerg can get things done essentially. Although for Zerg they basically have to go catty corner to get additional expansions. The nearest gas, there is a gas kind of over that map, across the kind of over the hill and through the woods. At the 6 o'clock, which is difficult for Zerg to handle, and also at the upper right hand. So you kind of got to, again, you got to go Mutalisks and play map control in the mid game. But we've seen a lot of Zerg players be successful in general here, just going, yeah, Mutalisks and pressure. Usually 2 hatchery builds on this map, once again. But perhaps again that's because of so many Terran going mech lately. Looks like Luxury going for a 12 hatch. Let's see if Hwasin gets that scout out. And I'm going to be sorry if I hate these temples because they're colored yellow, and so often we see yellow versus red. So if I all of a sudden say like, oh, dropship or something over Luxury secondary, that is why. Luxury going for a quick expansion here off that first rack. It's going to go more of the Firebat Hero build. Firebat Hero popularized this recently. It was a build prior to this, but really he was the one who did it aggressively, going for that command center and still playing aggressively off just a couple extra Marines and going quick expansion. Luxury going to have to absorb an attack early, and Hwasin just assuming that he was going actually 12 hatch off this build. Again, we'll see what Luxury does into the mid game. He is getting that scout off that second Overlord. We'll see if Hwasin sees that Overlord as it comes across. Looks like it's going to be pretty close, and whether Luxury can dodge that SCV. So he's going to come across. He is in fact going to see that Overlord, so he is going to know that Luxury is located in that bottom right hand base. Going to start heading that direction now. Expansion up for Luxury now, and immediately teching to layer. So and we'll see if these are 4 Zerglings right here, or 6 Zerglings right here, to try to do some counter, but only a single drone on that secondary, and yeah, just all economy otherwise. I'm surprised. So yeah, no Zerglings whatsoever, so just going to play straight open to Hwasin. Hwasin getting that second barracks down now. Going to go straight into a very quick 2 build. I got to assume Mutalisks once again, just because you got to play map control into the mid game on this map, just because it's so difficult to hold the secondary. Sometimes you can use Lurkers and abuse that ramp, because there are ramps at that 6 o'clock, but again, it just seems like so many maps these days, and again 50% for the viewers here, everybody thinks it's going to be just about even, but yeah, getting that third gas so difficult for Zerg on these maps lately. It just feels like stranding Zerg from the third gas has been popular for map makers, and we are seeing a Hydralisk stun go down. So it looks like we're going to see Lurkers, and probably a quick hold on that 6, and maybe some Lurkers on that ramp otherwise, and it's just going to be up to Luxury to kind of hold on. I feel like that's kind of the thing on this map, is usually what you'll see Terran do is you'll get that quick siege tank, go up at the ridge, because they know, especially if he spots us out, Hwasin desperately trying to keep that SCV scout alive. He wants to get a good look here. Not seeing the Spire here. Let's see if he manages to wander back down to that secondary. It's going to be critical here whether that SCV is killed. That's going to be critical because he's going to be somewhat in the dark here. That's going to be critical because he's going to be somewhat in Getting a little bit of feedback in the IRC channel from Win there. Sorry, Win, but Academy going up. It looks like in the main, so a little bit delayed, but all sorts of Marines on that front door. Luxury is going to see that Overlord along the secondary, and all sorts of Zerglings pushing in. But Hwasin right on top of that with that SCV scout coming back around. But those SCV, I think he's more concerned about making sure he doesn't see that Hydralisk Den, doesn't see what tech he's going at that next stage. So the Zerglings have accomplished their feat and continuing to pump Marines, and still no medics actually at this stage. Got to assume we're seeing Stimpack on that front door, but and I think what Hwasin's thinking right here is yeah, go for that early pressure, make sure that those Lurkers can never establish position otherwise. But in the meantime, Zerglings running in on that secondary, Marines completely out of position. Looks like some medics now coming up alongside, and now I think this would necessitate, if Hwasin again decides to be a little bit more aggressive, now this would necessitate 2 Sunken Colonies. But I'm not sure that Luxury is going to in fact do it. He's got some Firebats alongside to go for that bunker break, but and I really like bunker breaks on this map, and if Terrans skip it, it really surprises me, just because you can go from multiple directions on that secondary. So the Sunken Colonies, it's more difficult for them. Early lurks very quickly coming in before even the bunker breaks coming in, and again I feel like the map almost necessitates it just because of its design, and it looks like yeah, the medics blocking the Marines a little bit off that Stimpack, so that's going to hold this up a little bit, which is going to work in his in Luxury's favor. So Sunken Colony going down over the secondary, all sorts of lurks being morphed right here. So I think I'm sorry, actually there was some Zerglings in the background, but he does have 4 lurks out in the middle of the map, and I think what Luxury's thinking about doing is, as soon as that bunk break is stopped, push up with just a huge counterattack and try to knock this down before detection really gets up. So we'll see if those Lurkers, they are starting to press in from the middle of the map with those Zerglings, and he's going with a huge counterattack. There is a bunker down, but there's no detection, far away from detection from this, and Hwasin does have a comm set, so it's going to be really, really dicey here. He's got to take out both those Lurkers with just a single with probably a comm set and a half, and it looks like more Lurkers coming in from that right-hand corner. They aren't in range of that second base. They are going to be able to take that bunker out, but all the Zerglings have already been killed, and there's still some Firebats mixed in there. And so continuing to press up, and it looks like Hwasin was not able to push that corner. So he is going to have a second comm set, though, momentarily. Let's see if he uses the second comm set to try to push these Lurkers, or if he's just going to wait for some sort of latent, or if he's just going to abandon that base. Actually, it looks like there's that comm set now pushing up. This is going to be huge. He needs to take all these Lurkers out, otherwise he's going to lose that secondary for quite some time, and this is going to be very favorable for Luxury in the middle of this game. And more Lurkers pushing up, 2 more Lurkers immediately replacing the Lurkers that went down. So Luxury beautifully blocking that secondary off with that really quick Lurker attack. More Lurkers pressing in, more Lings pushing in. Wow, and just Lurkers pressing up and cutting off reinforcements as well. Medics having to tend to the wounds. And that's actually going to open up that ramp as well. Hwasin needs to lift this command center off. He's already lost position. This is a nice creative attack from Luxury. This is what I like seeing from Luxury, actually. And a turret coming up almost a little bit too late. It is in range of that front Lurker, and honestly, I don't think that Hwasin's going to be able to stop this attack now. I feel like Luxury has in fact won this game. He's just able to push in, and this feels like old 2000s cheesy quick Lurker attack. Brilliant play from Luxury, just catching Hwasin off balance. Hwasin a little bit late on that detection. Now on top of those barracks, that's going to be GG. But Hwasin, being the gutsy guy that he is, he's not going to GG quite yet. He's still going to try to get something done, running up with an SEV to suicidally repair. But despite Hwasin's best efforts, there's no way he's going to be able to stop Lurkers with just SCVs. It's just not going to happen. Luxury has in fact won this game. He is going to advance. That was an incredible play from Luxury. It looks like now he's trying to get us around, but SCV's pushing in. There's GG. Wow, very creative from Luxury. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Once again, thank you for listening. My voice giving out a little bit here. But yeah, brilliant early Lurker rush there from Luxury to take it down on a map that, yeah, into the mid-game isolates that Zerg out. So, but ending it very quickly, walking away with authority, and Hwasin once again running into a player who's just playing at a higher level. I feel so bad for him. Maybe next MSL, you can see the aggravation on his face. We'll see. Hopefully he'll continue to dominate in Pro League, but he's just one of those guys that he just keeps running into guys that are just playing at that S level when he's playing at A++. And we'll see how Luxury does in the next round. I do think this is his MSL to win or lose. But in the meantime, moving on to the next match. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for listening.